Thank you, Mr. Newhouse. At this time, I'd like to recognize my friend and colleague from Nevada, Ms. Lee. Mr. Secretary, we talked earlier about our 8 caucuses. Ms. Lee is my co-chair on a critically important caucus, the Nuclear Cleanup Caucus, which is probably one of the largest caucuses, bipartisan caucuses in all of Congress. I took that over from my dear friend Doc Hastings from Newhouse, from Mr. Newhouse's district. So at this time, I'd like to recognize my friend and colleague, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. It's nice to see you, Secretary Wright. Thank you for being here and your work. Since coming to Congress, I've worked with everyone, Republicans, Democrats, multiple administrations, to make sure that no federal money goes to the failed Yucca Mountain repository project. So your assessment was music to my ears and Nevadans' ears, who have opposed this for decades. And so my heart goes out to my colleagues who really need a solution to nuclear fuel, spent nuclear fuel. And so that's why I am proud to work with the chairman on the Nuclear Cleanup Caucus, because I don't think you should always be a brick wall, that you should come up with an alternative solution. So it was good to hear your assessment on consent-based siting and asking communities to opt in, which I do believe is the best approach to nuclear waste. So I just wanted to confirm and get your commitment that in your final fiscal year 26 budget request, it will reflect your commitment that not one dime for the Department of Energy to license or otherwise force a nuclear waste repository on my home state of Nevada.
So I'm prohibited for talking about the details of the budget request that hasn't been released yet. But yeah, I think you heard my strong sentiment that the solution to this problem is to get communities to opt in and not a top-down, force-down. So I think we're aligned on that. And I think we're also aligned, hopefully, that it's not just some people, but it's all of us need a solution for long-term disposal to waste, but that we've got to do it a different way. The ways we've tried in the past decades have simply not worked.
Thank you. Thank you, and I'm happy to continue to work with you and your team
Great.
on that. I want to pivot to something that I do think it's safe to say that you and I both believe in and is in our country's best interest, and that's more geothermal energy. At your confirmation hearing, you referred to geothermal as an abundant energy resource right below our feet. So the DOE has estimated that thanks to enhanced geothermal systems, the U.S. has the potential to affordably capture enough of our domestic geothermal resources to power the equivalent of more than 65 million homes by 2050. But continued support from the Department of Energy will be essential. Can we expect that, again, I know you're probably limited in identifying, but can we expect in the final budget request that it will reflect the enthusiasm you have expressed, in particular through robust funding of the Geothermal Technologies Office, as well as investments in next-generation geothermal demonstration projects?
Yeah, so as you know, I can't speak to any specifics in the final budget request that'll be coming, but yes, I share your belief. What's valuable about geothermal is you get energy when you need it and when you want it, and you can even flex it up and down. So I think it's a tremendous energy resource. I look forward to helping to push it forward. Both that'll be government efforts, but the biggest driver there, like with nuclear, is going to be commercial private money, which has started to flow in that space. And so I want to work not just at the department, but together with commercial players in that space. How can we enable more capital? How can we make permitting simple? How can we help on technology development? But yeah, I am bullish on the future of geothermal, but permitting and a sober government is necessary to make that happen.
Well, I have several bills that are bipartisan aimed at streamlining the permitting process. So hope to get your support on those.
I think that's important, so I'm very happy to hear that.
My state doesn't have much oil or gas to speak of. In fact, more than 20 out of the 22,000 federal oil and gas leases issued in Nevada since 1953, fewer than 100, or less than 0.5% have ever produced any energy. But what we do have, 300 or more sunny days each year. And so I was pleased to see the BLM approve the first utility-scale solar facility on federal land since the start of the Trump administration, which was in Yuma County. Can we interpret this positive news to mean that the DOE under the new administration will also champion solar as part of the all-of-above energy strategy, including maintaining and supporting the department's Solar Energy Technologies Office?
Well, my comment on that, I've never been all of the above myself, because there's energy sources that swallow money and don't deliver value. So I'm not for them, but I am for all energy sources that are affordable, reliable, secure, and better our energy system. And I think solar, you see meaningful growth of that in the marketplace with commercial money. It's heavily subsidized, so that's a distortion there. But yeah, solar, I believe, my personal belief, an energy source with a future. And yes, and I think you'll see continued work on solar at the Department of Energy.
Great, thank you. And I yield, sorry.
Thanks, gentlelady, for her questions. At this time,